Hi, Ericson Library. It's Rhonda here to give you some great book recommendations. I want to say that I've been having a blast during our summer reading program. I hope you all have too. Haven't registered? You still can. There's still a couple weeks left. Still lots of time to get entered for amazing prizes. And just by registering, you get a free ice cream cone. If you're a teen or adult, you get a free taco. If you're a child, you get a kids meal at Taco John's. So thank you to Taco John's for McDonald's for donating those coupons to us so that we could give them out to our patrons for summer reading. And today we had a painting program, and I want to show you. It was called Paint a Raindrop Rainbow. So it was really fun. I think everybody who attended today had a great time. So these are some of the fun things that we're doing during summer reading. And if you like art, you'll want to come by the library on Tuesday, July the 20th. That's next Tuesday from 5 to 8 p.m. We're having an in-person, yay, outdoor event. And it is geared towards middle school and high school students. But honestly, families, even the younger kids, come on out. There'll be stations set up. Art Force Iowa is coming to put the program on. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be all kinds of things to do just to be outside together and have fun. So we're looking forward to seeing you next Tuesday. So what do we have this week to review? Well, I'm sure most of you know that Cruella, the movie, is in theaters right now. And I believe if you have Disney Plus, you have an option to stream it that way as well. But we have a book that came in called Cruella, Hello. Cruel Heart. I have not read this yet, but I definitely want to. And it's by Maureen Johnson. Give you another peek at the cover there. Before she became Cruella de Vil, swinging London, summer 1967, 16-year-old Estella, gifted with talent, ingenuity, and ambition, dreams of becoming a renowned fashion designer. But life seems intent on making sure her dreams never come true. Having arrived in London as a young girl, Estella spends her days running wild through the city streets with Jasper and Horace, amateur thieves who double as Estella's makeshift family and partners in petty crime. How can Estella dedicate herself to joining the ranks of London's design elite when she's busy sewing endless costumes and disguises for the trio's heists? When a chance encounter with Magda and Richard Moresby Plum, two young scions of high society, vaults Estella into the world of the rich and famous, she begins to wonder whether she might be destined for more after all. Suddenly, Estella's days are filled with glamorous parties, exclusive eateries, flirtations with an up-and-coming rock star, and of course, the most cutting-edge fashions money can buy. But when is the true cost of keeping up with the fast crowd? But what is the true cost of keeping up with the fast crowd? And is it a price that Estella is willing to pay? All right, We Are Inevitable, and this is by Gail Forman, and she's also the very popular author of the book If I Stay, which I believe was made into a movie. I don't think it was a series, I think it was a movie. We've been getting a lot of really great books, and I've seen a lot of talk about this book on social media. So, again, on my to-be read pile, I always have so many. Even in the face of extinction, life and love finds a way. Aaron Stein used to think books were miracles, but not anymore. Even though he spends his days working in his family's second-hand bookstore, the only book Aaron can bear to read is one about the demise of the dinosaurs. It's a predicament he understands all too well, now that his brother and mom are gone and his friends have deserted him, leaving Aaron and his shambolic father alone in a moldering bookstore in a crusty mountain town where no one seems to read anymore. That sounds really sad. So when Aaron sees the opportunity to sell the store, he jumps at it, thinking this is the only way out. But he doesn't account for Chad, a best life bro with a wheelchair and way too much optimism, or the town's out-of-work lumberjacks taking on the failing shop as their pet project. And he certainly doesn't anticipate meeting Hannah, a beautiful, brave musician who might possibly be the kind of inevitable that he's been waiting for. All of them will help Aaron realize that destruction doesn't inevitably lead to extinction. Sometimes it leads to the creation of something entirely new. I love the hopefulness of that. I definitely want to read this book. We Are Inevitable by Gail Forman. When the World Was Ours by Liz Kessler. Love the Ferris wheel. Picture on the outside of that. 3 friends, 2 sides, 1 memory. Vienna, 1936. 3 young friends, Leo, Elsa, and Max, spend the perfect day together, unaware that around them, Europe is descending into a growing darkness, and that they will soon be cruelly ripped apart from one another. With their lives taking them across Europe to Germany, England, Prague, and Poland, will they ever find their way back to one another? Will they want to? Inspired by a true story, When the World Was Ours is an extraordinary novel that is as powerful as it is heartbreaking, and that shows how the bonds of love, family, and friendship allow glimmers of hope to flourish even in the most hopeless times. Again, it sounds like an incredible book, and I'm a big fan of historical fiction where, you know, it's based on true life events that have occurred, but of course, you know, because it's a work of fiction based on something that actually happened, and those are some of my favorite stories, especially since, you know, I feel like you can, with, you know, the convenience of the internet, the world at our fingertips. So whenever I'm reading, I'm actually on the computer a lot looking up, like if it's an actual person that existed or a place. I love having a visual, like to be able to visualize as I'm reading. So I do that a lot. I look up and look up stuff. So this, I think, definitely sounds really good. And again, you know, hope in hard times is something I think we all could use a little bit of right now, right? When the World Was Ours. Okay, and finally, the last recommendation for a new book that we've got in today is called The Lucky List. And again, this is by a very popular author, Rachel Lippincott, and she wrote the book 5 Feet Apart, which is also super, super popular. I love the look of that. Very summery. I think it's really pretty. I really like the artwork on a lot of books coming out now. It's funny, for a long time, a lot of books had photographs, so they were actually, you know, pictures of people. And now most books coming out, majority of them are actually drawings, and a lot of like cartoon looking drawings, I think. And I love that. So this is a really pretty cover. Emily and her mom were always lucky. Every month they'd take their lucky quarter and dominate Huckabee's heatedly competitive bingo night. But their luck ran out 3 years ago when Emily's mom succumbed to cancer, and nothing has felt right for Emily since. Now, the summer before her senior year, things are getting worse. Not only has Emily wrecked her relationship with her boyfriend, Matt, but her dad is selling the house that she grew up in. And he's invited Blake, his best friend's daughter, who Emily hasn't seen in years, to help her give mom's things away. But that's when Emily finds the lucky list. Her mom's senior year bucket list, buried in a box in the back of her closet. As Emily and Blake set off on a journey to accomplish each exciting, scary, even intimidating task, Emily begins to finally find a connection to her mom again. But she also feels a connection with Blake, one that she wasn't expecting. Suddenly, Emily must face another fear, accepting the secret part of herself she never got a chance to share with the person who knew her best. Sounds very bittersweet. I think I would really enjoy this book too. So, The Lucky List. So I hope that gives you an idea of some of the great new books that we have coming in at the library. We consistently, like every week, have new things coming in. We're very blessed to say that. So if you need help finding something, let us know. We're always happy to give you recommendations. And I hope to see you at the library soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.